Hey guys, how's it going? Renone Recon here, and I'm playing some Homefront. This is some old footage of mine, and I'm going to talk about in this video a little bit of Homefront and some of my opinions on this game. So please, don't take what I'm saying as fact. It is not. It's simply my opinion and experiences on this game and my thoughts about this game. So if you do not wish to hear my thoughts, then please do not watch the video, and you may proceed to find another video on YouTube that finds your interest. But I would like to first talk about how much I do not like this game. Now, I don't hate it. My dislike of a video game does not mean I hate the video game. I dislike it because of I will like I say, I will say this is pretty mediocre of gameplay. I don't think it's very enticing. I don't think it's very enthralling. I don't think that it was a complete you choose my words wisely. I don't think it was fully enough time was put into the game itself to make it a good game for a lot of people to constantly keep playing. Now, like I said, this is purely my objective opinion of my experiences and what I think about the game. I think it's a good game to, if you want to waste some time. Say you have some other games that are coming out later in the year, like I don't know, like Battlefield 3, the unannounced Modern Warfare 3, things of that nature, and you need like something just to fill the gap and something to play. And if you're kind of burned out of like the Call of Duty franchise or any other game like that, so yeah, if you wanted to have like a cheap thrill or whatever, you can play this. Now, I don't say it's a waste of $60. I think I got my money's worth out of it. Campaign-wise, this game was not up to my expectations at all. It was more of a shock and awe value. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but that's pretty much the selling point of the single player, was the shock and the awe of the experiences that you go through. I found hit detection to be very, very bad. Some people experience different takes on that, and that's fine. However, my experiences with hit detection in both campaign and multiplayer have been pretty wacky and random. Let's see. As you can tell, I'm not one to complain about graphics. I think that graphics do not necessarily make the game. It can enhance the experience. You can enhance the enjoyment of seeing a pretty environment or what have you. So I'm not too much complaining about graphics in this game, because that's not what I do. I play a lot of betas and things like that, so I'm not gonna to get into a discussion of graphics. I will say that my comparison to a future discussion I'm about to have is a pretty interesting one. I was reading through some OXM magazine, and the reason I'm speaking in this sense of voice is because I'm very skeptical and I'm very confused, and I'd like for some of you guys to maybe shed some light on me, because all you guys have separate ideas and separate opinions on things, and I'd like to get your take on it. So please listen up, because I want you guys to comment below and let me know what you think about what I'm about to tell you. So I'm reading OXM magazine, and to those who don't know what OXM magazine, it's official Xbox magazine. I am subscribed to other magazines like Game Informer, and I just subscribed to the PlayStation magazine because, yes, believe it or not, I do own a PlayStation. And anyways, I'm reading through the OXM magazine, and I come across the Homefront review. And mind you, Homefront has had a lot of marketing going on, a lot of pretty expensive marketing going on, if I will be so blunt. They advertise this game pretty hard on TV and throughout some of the gaming media, IGN, etc. Even Machinima did its fair share of advertising for Homefront. And I would like to say that it shows that they've paid off a couple of reviews. The game's rating received a 8 out of 10, and I was pretty dumbfounded as how this game got that type of score. Multiplayer does not carry a game overall. I don't care how the game is made for multiplayer or whatever. It's an overall experience. A game should, unless it's just a strictly multiplayer only game, a game should not be based simply off its multiplayer. And I think that is what scored this game to be an 8, and I don't even think it's worth an 8. I would give this game a 7, and that's being generous, really. The campaign was extremely short. It was not enthralling. It did not catch an interest. I had a lot of issues while playing it, a lot of buggy issues. The multiplayer has been messed up from day one. You can play with maybe 2 people in a party, and even then, you're sometimes split up from each other. It's a very, I want to say broken game. It needed more time to get the issues fixed. And however, THQ has announced that they will be giving out some updates to the game, and they will also be giving out, since everybody's having issues with the game, give out some DLC for free, which is cool and nice and everything. But the fact remains is it's still an unfinished product, and you're spending $60 for something that's got to be fixed a month, 2 months later. I don't appreciate that as a consumer. As many of you know, I posted on my YouTube channel, and this is what's gotten me so very confused, by the way. This is adding back to the story about Crysis 2. I've been playing a lot of Crysis 2 recently, and I have to say I really, really enjoy the game. I've always wanted to play Crysis 1. I never had a computer that was capable of actually running that type of game on the computer. And now I know some of you might have been able to play it. You could play it on a somewhat high-end computer, but you wouldn't get the full experience. The game is very, very pretty on PC, and so I was very much looking forward to playing Crysis 2. I mean, finally, the consoles are getting a Crysis game. So, I played the beta. I really enjoyed it. I thought that gameplay-wise, it was a lot of fun. It was a little hard to control a little bit. It felt a little bit like Killzone 3 or Killzone in a sense of the movement side. It's kind of bulky. I mean, you are a pretty awesome person, so I mean, I don't want to give any spoilers away, but you're a pretty tough guy. So, the controls needed to be a little adjusted and stuff like that, and I got the game, and they worked on it. They fixed the controls. Everything's nice and smooth. Gameplay wise, I enjoyed it. Great story, great weapons, great atmosphere, great multiplayer. Overall, fun experience. I love the game. I think it's 10 times better than Homefront. And this is where the interesting part comes in. So, back to the magazine. I see that Homefront gets a 7. It gets an 8. I think it should have a 7. And so I scroll a couple pages down, and I'm looking through, and I see the Crysis 2 review. Crysis 2 received a 7. And please excuse me, this would be the first time I swear in my video, so if you don't want to hear it, please mute your computer screen now. What the fuck is wrong with OXM? Why would you rate a game that is 10 times better than Homefront lower than Homefront? It makes no sense to me. So please leave your comments down below. I would love to hear about them. If you've had similar experiences, please rate the video what you feel it deserves, and I'll try to get some more content as soon as I can, guys. Y'all take care and have a good one.